For the chair, yes. So we had this company IPL come to us, and they wanted to do an injection molded chair. And at the time they were growing, and they had machines big enough to be able to do a chair in one shot. Okay, and so they came with a wicker chair, like a basket. They left it in the office and they tried to see what you can do with it. So what we did, we cut pieces of cardboard that we glued together to have the general form of the chair. And at the end of the day, the final chair is exactly the first cardboard cut that we did. Okay? And then we designed the base and how to do the connection between the chair and the base, the metal base. The metal base had to fold also to go into a box. This is why it has this form, okay? So it can be folded and to go into the box. And we found a way to do a thinner side of the ring to be able to snap it on. Okay. I remember at the time we were thinking of maybe doing a double chair, a double shell to be able to do it properly with a compression ring, like the dome of St. Peter's, okay, which is done the same way. Okay, but finally there was no budget or whatever. We did with a single.
Again, the Michelangelo thing.
Well, you know, we had a bit of inspirations. But we had a lot of fun doing those things because inspirations come from all kinds of ways, and when you are two, you discuss a lot. There is a mix of energies, and there is in the communication, and this is how we progressed into the design.
How did the Italian design at the time influence that chair, or at all?
Not really. I think that the colors, yes, because we were still in the primary colors and very, very simple forms, very systematic approach also to design. I think that in that way it was real good industrial design because form followed function, and form followed also the manufacturing process. Okay, and we had all kind of other things to talk about, also think about, like packaging. Okay, the way to pile the chairs together and so on. So, but it was done. That chair was done in a weekend. It was designed in a weekend. Yeah. That's what it is.
And those little incisions, everything sort of was thought out by you guys and worked out in the cardboard.
Yeah, in cardboard at the beginning, yes.
Yeah.
We always worked in models because obviously today we work with computers, we can model whatever we want with computers, but at the time there was no computers, all by hand. We did a lot of renderings by color pencils, and we became quite good at it, you know, to communicate to our clients.
How did the molding, the manufacturing, the molding process influence the design of the chair? Or
well, obviously, when you have injection molding, you're trying to do it in one operation. You have a male and a female. We did the working drawings, by the way, on this chair to have the exact dimensions. And you're trying to have the two molds come together, press, and then come out. Okay. If you have anything that doesn't come out, it means that in the mold you have to have a cam to be able to open up parts of the mold to let the object out. Okay. So that was an expensive item in the die. So we didn't do that. We did it in a way that it could be formed into only one operation.
Tell me about the identification in the chair itself, which I find really unique, at least in Canadian design.
Well, at the time we are really trying very hard to get royalties for our work, and royalty was an unknown thing here in Canada. in industrial design, believe me, that nobody would pay forever on you. So we were well paid in one installment, and that's it. Okay, and I think we're very happy because we are poor, so any money coming in was welcome. Okay, and but I said, at least if we don't get the money, we want the fame. And so we insisted to have in the mold our names carved, and that's why you have the names, not the money but the fame. And you see, it worked. Not the fame, but at least the recognition.